that is too, because that's just like objectifying.
Right.
Like I think a lot of men just masturbate with women, like
right.
if that makes sense. Like,
oh wait, say that again.
A lot of men are just masturbating with women.
Oh my God!
They're not actively having like sex, and they're not. It's not a thing. It's not like a dialogue. They're just getting a nut.
Whoa!
And like that is real. And it's like if we can understand that, then we understand that like men don't really value women a lot of the time. They just trying to get a nut, and they just don't want to use Pamela. Like they don't want to use their hand. Like,
wow. So what you're saying is it's a completely selfish process that you're roping someone into.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And putting them at harm and putting them in risk. And I think that like I just know so many dudes like that, but I also fell into that when I was like in high school. Like I remember, like this is me exposing myself, but like I gotta show you how much I grow. Like, I wanted to say when we all graduated high school, it was like, all right, who gonna get the most girls in the summer before we start college? Yeah. It's like how many y'all gonna hit? And it's like it's disgusting to think about, but it was really like
it's real though.
Yeah, like
it's real though.
Bro, I got one. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? And it was like. Niggas really took pride in that. And like, I was niggas.
Yeah.
And I will hold on to that. But it's like, I know that like, that shit is toxic. But again, like, I was 16, 17. Or I was 17. Yeah, 17. And like, I've grown from that. But if social media was out by then, like, if it was really how it was now, I don't know if like, I would be here now.
Right. And you know what? Since you were vulnerable, I'm going to be vulnerable too. I've definitely... You know, it's 2, 3 a.m. Someone's called up, or I've called someone and be like, "Oh, like I want you to come through," and they'll be like, "Tell me this." I'm like, and it was verbal labor that I didn't care. Like I didn't mean
I'm
any
gonna
of
say
it.
all this stuff that you want me to say.
Yeah, so like I've grown too. I don't really do that anymore. But masturbate. Well, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Bro, I thought about this one time because it was just like, honestly, it was about me because I was like. I was out of a relationship, this was maybe like 2 years ago. I was out of a relationship and I was just like, bro, like I'm really trying to like mess with somebody right now, but I was just like, why? Like I was thinking about texting somebody that like I knew liked me and that like I could hit. And it was just like, no, that's grimy because you don't want nothing else from them. Honestly, if they wanted to stay, I would have been hot. And it was just like, that's where I realized. That's what I realized. I was like, if I let them, don't sell dreams.
Yeah,
That's so important. But it's just like, I had enough women in my life, enough black women in my life that like, I would have hated if somebody treated them like that. Right. And it's just like, it kind of goes back to a few episodes ago, we was talking about, Molly had that tweet and it was like, what if black men treated women like they did their mothers and their daughters and different things like that? Yeah. And I think that's where I connect those two. It's like if you can connect these people that you really cherish and you really value and that you really love, then you can extend that love because then you can understand these people as those people. They're the same.
Exactly. So. Yeah. No. So it's really really wild. Yeah. It's because I can remember times where like. I've slept with someone and like the next day I'm looking at them and I'm just like, ugh, like I just don't even. They're not ill as in they're ugly, but like it was like, why are you? I don't want you here. Like don't touch me. Like I don't. Get out of my space. Yeah, and I'm just like I like there was just no emotion or care at all, and like and I think it also says something about your love for yourself because I think that so many times, like you said, people are bored.
Yep.
And so the fact that like you're so bored that you can't be by yourself and you have to occupy your time with
somebody else,
right? For a random selfish act is like it says a lot about you.
Absolutely. I'm gonna air myself out one more time.
Okay, yeah.
Like actually, this was a girl that I actually cared for. Like we were really good friends, but like we were like friends with benefits. It was like I didn't really ever want her to stay over, and she would like try to stay as long as she could. And I would just make up random excuses why like she had to go.
Right.
And one time, I really had no excuse, so I lied and said I had to pick somebody up from the airport. So I walked out with her, got in my car, drove around the block, and pulled right back up. And I was like, bro, I gotta stop, bro. Like. This is trash.
Oh my God!
That was probably
Hey, we're all going through. We all learn. Yeah, no, hey, man. I've been drove around the block, but I've let me. We being vulnerable. I have literally had women come to my house before, and lied and then told them, hey, like I'm sleepy, I'm tired. I remember this one girl. She came to visit me, and because I wanted to mess with someone else, that girl slept in her car for hours as and I just left to hang out with someone who was like down the street.
Oh, geez.
I remember I had to walk to a 7-Eleven and the girl was in her car, so I had to like sneak past it. It was bad. So like,
you cold-blooded.
Yeah, like it's a thing. So
and we've grown.
We've grown. My God.
And I think that puts us in position, understanding life backwards,
right,
to stop these young men from doing so.
Yes.
And it's like, I think if that's the worst thing that we've done, then I think we're okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna excuse it by any means, but
right.
like, I think some people do some way worse things, and it's like, these are learned behaviors that we have actively unlearned, and we're continuing to push back on. And I think that like, I'm okay with that for now.
Yeah, yes.
If anybody needs to cancel me, I understand. I'll be beating myself up about it sometimes, because it's toxic.
Yeah, it's to that point. Yeah, we've learned. I know I've learned. Yeah, because it's just like at this point, from what I'm trying to build and what I'm trying to do in my life, I can't do all that silly stuff no more.
Yeah. And it just don't sit right in my soul no more. Like, it didn't sit right with me. Like, I really felt like crying because I didn't text people that I really... Because I was just like, look, I need you to know I really love you and I really cherish you. And they was just like, no, like, it's cool. Like, it's cool. And I'm like, but I feel terrible.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, I think I'm in a much better place. Just, like, loving people. Because I think I love myself, but it's just like I didn't extend that love to everyone as much as I should have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's taking advantage of people. In a lot of different ways, and I think that like it's like if I used to think that like, oh, if they've kind of opted into it, then it's like it's their fault. Not their fault, but like, oh, she know that, like, because I was like, she knew that we were friends with benefits, but I think she liked me more than like that, and I just allowed her to, and I think that's
right, exactly. And so you know, as we continue to think about this, you know, just for all of our young brothers out there, really just start to think about how
old brothers too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you. Because some. Oh man, that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, but like brothers in general, start to think about not only how you love yourself, but like to T-Shaw's point, even for those of us who love ourselves, you know, how do we start to extend that love to others? How do we start to be more stand-up human beings? And how do we start to be more upfront and transparent with what we want? Like tonight was saying, we there's no need to try to sell dreams.
Yeah.
Right? There's no need. Honesty will do. Honesty will really do. Right?
Absolutely.
I swear, because you know, just one more thing. I remember back in my younger days, I was in a situation where I had just broken up with someone, and I was like, oh, I can't be honest with people about what I want because then I won't get what I want, right? Yeah. And the funny part was, I started being honest with people, and people were cool. They're like, oh, you're honest. This is what it is. And like, no problems. I'm still cool with those people to this day.
Absolutely.
Because you were honest.
Yeah. Even the girl I drove off on, like, we still cool. We good people. Like, I mean, like, I should have been, I guess, a little bit more transparent. She knew we had active conversations. I mean, it's kind of something you talk about. It's always actively checking in. And I think that's important. But I think that was like one of the first times I would actively like try that. Right. And it worked.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things, y'all, where it's like being honest with, you're never lying to yourself, and then that growth is when you can do that and extend that to others.
People, yes.
Right.